Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to this press short statement after the end of EU-Azerbaijan Cooperation Council, which was chaired today by our Azerbaijani partners, but hosted by High Representative who was leading also the European delegation. Both partners will give you a short summary of the meeting, and we will not take any questions today. With this, High Representative, you can start. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Today we have called the 18th meeting of the Cooperation Council. In Azerbaijan, this was a great opportunity to review the overall state of our relations, to express our interest in strengthening the bilateral cooperation, to highlight our commitment to a peaceful, stable and prosperous South Caucasus region. In the current difficult geopolitical context, it's important to strengthen the dialogue among partners, as we are. I appreciate today the open and constructive exchange that we have had. Azerbaijan is an important partner for the European Union, and our cooperation is intensifying. I'm very glad to welcome the signature of the European Union and Azerbaijan Memorandum of Understanding on a strategic partnership in the field of energy with the President of the Commission, Ms. von der Leyen, in Baku yesterday. This memorandum will allow to double the delivery of gas from Azerbaijan to the European Union by 2027, and it paves the way for a future energy partnership, including in the renewable and energy efficiency. We are also in the crucial phase of negotiating a new comprehensive cooperation and partnership agreement. This new agreement will lay the ground for our enhanced cooperation and policy dialogue. It will also support the Azerbaijan efforts to diversify the economy and to build a healthy climate for business and for any investment. In the exchange that we have had today, we also took stock of more challenging issues of our cooperation. Respect of human rights and rule of law are at the core of our relations, as agreed jointly in the partnership priorities. Decisive progress is needed to create an enabling environment for an active civil society and to ensure the respect of human rights in line with international standards and commitments undertaken by Azerbaijan. In particular, we draw the attention and we discuss about the new media law. We also discuss the wider regional issues and neighbourhood relations, in particular with Armenia. We are supporting all efforts to make the South Caucasus a secure, stable and prosperous space for all its peoples. In this regard, I welcome the meeting between the ministers of Azerbaijan and Armenia that took place last Saturday in Tbilisi, and I thank the Minister for the information he provided about this meeting. The European Union is ready to support these efforts and is actively working on helping to bridge the differences and to build solutions. On other pressing issues, I reiterated our strong condemnation of Russia's unprovoked and illegitimate aggression against Ukraine, which also has a negative impact on the South Caucasus. In this context, I express a strong appreciation for the humanitarian assistance that Azerbaijan is providing to Ukraine. And with this, I am passing the floor to you, Minister. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Mr. High Representative Borrell, dear participants of press conference, ladies and gentlemen. Today we held an extended meeting of the EU-Azerbaijan Cooperation Council. Our comprehensive discussions were based on shared goals to develop EU-Azerbaijan relations into a strong, comprehensive partnership. We explored ways to deepen economic cooperation. Despite economic fallout of COVID-19 pandemic, the EU remains the biggest trade partner of Azerbaijan. The EU is the largest investor in our country, with more than 700 companies and investment exceeding tens of billions. Energy remains a central pillar of Azerbaijan-EU partnership. Our energy partnership was further strengthened by the new Memorandum of Understanding signed yesterday by President Aliyev and President von der Leyen. We are developing our strategic partnership through the Southern Gas Corridor, the largest infrastructure and energy project in Europe, with the aim of bringing alternative gas volumes to European markets. Implementation of the interconnector Greece-Bulgaria is an indicator of the SGC diversification. The Trans-Adriatic pipeline creates opportunities to transport fuels with extremely low climate impact, including hydrogen. The Southern Gas Corridor can potentially offer hydrogen to the European markets in their transition efforts towards clean energy source. Energy security is closely related to modernization of energy infrastructures, energy efficiency, and use of renewable energy sources. In order to achieve its climate goals, to make efficient use of the country's renewable energy potential, as well as to ensure energy transition, Azerbaijan aims to increase the share of renewable energy sources from current 17% to 30% by 2030. These are relatively new and promising topics on EU-Azerbaijan energy cooperation agenda, which are expected to lead us to the establishment of the new green dialogue between Azerbaijan and the EU. Azerbaijan, with its geostrategic position, attaches significance to increasing its transit potential, including through making full use of the capacities of transport infrastructure. As one of the major transit countries along the international East-West Middle Corridor, it is our top priority to ensure the security and reliability of transit operations in light of recent regional development that pose a risk of supply chain disruption. Our discussion touched upon the recent high-level security dialogue, during which the potential of practical cooperation in many areas of mutual interest was explored. Following a productive third meeting held in Baku in March this year, we are interested in further advancing our agenda and look forward to the next meeting in Brussels. Ladies and gentlemen, previous meeting of the Cooperation Council took place shortly after the end of the 44-day war and signing of the trilateral statement by the leaders of Azerbaijan, Armenia and Russia, which put an end to decades-long conflict. There is no alternative to normalization of relations between the two countries based on mutual recognition and respect for each other's sovereignty and territorial integrity within their internationally recognized borders. The EU plays an important role in the post-conflict period. In this regard, we welcome President Charles Michel's support for the efforts to advance discussions on the normalization of relations between Armenia and Azerbaijan. We thank the EU for mediating already 3 meetings, which have been instrumental in facilitating dialogue on issues critical to peace, security and prosperity in South Caucasus. Demining is a key element of the post-conflict reconstruction. Since the war ended in November 2020, 225 citizens of Azerbaijan, including 93 civilians, were killed or wounded due to explosions of mines. There is a need of higher international attention and assistance to demining works in Azerbaijan, which is one of the most contaminated countries by landmines and unexploded ordnances. We thank the EU for assistance in humanitarian demining, including recent package of about 4 million euros. We hope all relevant instruments will be mobilized to support the demining efforts. We value the EU's efforts to contribute to the post-conflict recovery in Azerbaijan. Today, the European companies are involved in various projects in the liberated territories of Azerbaijan. Today, we are meeting and we are conducting our Cooperation Council in a very historic day, because today is the return to, 19th of July is the day of return the first former IDP families to the liberated areas. Today, 41 family returns to Agali village of Zangilan region of Azerbaijan, which is of course a source for the great, proud for our country and for these people. And of course, in coming years, we will be witnessing, the return of hundreds of thousands of our compatriots and former IDPs to the liberated territories. The socio-economic development issues have been subject of discussions in trilateral meeting of the leaders of Azerbaijan, Armenia and the European Council held in Brussels. In this regard, we expect the EU to step up realization of commonly identified projects on the economic and investment plan as proposed by President Michel. 3 trilateral statements signed by the leaders of Azerbaijan, Armenia and Russia, as well as high-level meetings between the leaders of Armenia and Azerbaijan hosted by the President of the European Council, identify key directions for normalization between Armenia and Azerbaijan. One direction is unblocking transport communications in the region, including Zangezur corridor. It corresponds fully to our transport connectivity agenda with the EU. Dear colleagues, we have exchanged views on impacts on recent geopolitical developments to the current architecture of Eastern Partnership. Azerbaijan is ready to contribute to the consultations with the EU and partners in the region to redesign the Eastern Partnership. We believe that the success of the exercise is linked to a thorough and accurate analysis of policies pursued in the past. Maintaining non-confrontational spirit should constitute the fundamentals of the Eastern Partnership. We believe that a new bilateral agreement between Azerbaijan and the EU will enhance our partnership. The agreement should embody the spirit of strategic partnerships relations established with 9 EU member states. The agreement foresees several advantages and preferences both for Azerbaijan and the EU. Therefore, both parties should be equally interested in swift conclusion of negotiations. I would like to extend our appreciation to High Representative Borrell, Commissioner Varhelyi, and all colleagues who participated today at this meeting for organization and for warm hospitality. Availing myself of this opportunity and guided by the rules of procedure of the Cooperation Council, I propose to hold our next meeting in Azerbaijan. I thank you.
Good day.
Thank you very much, and this concludes the press statement. Have a good day.
We started doing that. We already did the Association Council in Jordan, and we will go in. I think it's a very good idea. So next time
Next time we go.
we will. And the people feel the because he said